Hello friends, Kenji here for another vintage cube. I'm feeling a little bit sleep deprived, so maybe a Cuberino cappuccino will wake me up. Okay, that was a bad joke. I just had to test it out, and I tested it out on you. I'm sorry. Let's just jump right in to the magic. And no power here. That's the first thing you gotta look for when you open a vintage cube draft. Power or power adjacent, such as Soul Ring or Mana Crypt. But we do have a few good cards. Namely the Tundra, any blue dual, great. Wasteland, top, Mana Leak. A lot of fine choices, nothing, stellar that jumps out. I think the safest pick normally is just going to be the Tundra, although I do like top more than most people. I know a lot of people don't like it, but in the decks that I tend to build, top usually has some good merit. But can't go wrong with the blue dual to start, and then see where we go from there. Yeah, and now we have like a Force of Will or Remand if we want to do anything like that. I mean, you shouldn't really force archetypes in cube necessarily, but I kind of feel like doing maybe a little blue-white control. Now, if this doesn't work out, so be it. I'll see if, different cards come my way. But I'm going to second pick this Force of Will here. I think this is a good card to take early for sure, as cutting off the blue signal often where you want to be, because if it pans out, you're just going to end up with the best cards in the cube anyways. But the only bad side about this is that I'm passing the Remand. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take the Force of Will, passing an LED, which I do like. Storm, that's a good one. Council's Judgment, just fantastic removal. And I go, of course, that aforementioned Remand. But let's just take this Necromancy, Force of Will. I was looking at this card. And see where we line up, because I think we're going to end up in a good spot now with this Azorius Signet third pick. I like all the Signets. Some are obviously better than others. This already lines up nicely with the Tundra that I've taken. And, I mean, yeah, besides the Necromancy, might just be the best card in this pack anyways. So, easy pickup there for me. As we get a little bit of a drop-off in the blue cards, I'm going to go ahead and take the Phantasmal Image. I do think it is a very good creature in the cube. It's just so efficient, and sure, yes, it does have that target clause. It is an illusion, but there are just too many good things to copy, and doing so for 2 mana in this style of deck is nice. So not only does this cut off some of the blue, but it also is just a nice creature to have. Other good cards in this pack. Do like Chandra quite a bit. Craterhoof for any of my green decks, always nice. Sacred Foundry's good. Solemn's okay. Fire and Ice, always a fine play. And then another Signet, but this seems like a fine choice with the Phantasmal Image. And now I'm just going to snap up the Swords to Plowshares here. Very, very good removal. You can't really beat the efficiency of this one. Yeah, not too much else to say. Some other fine cards in the pack, of course. I do think Brutality would be my next choice here. There's a Questing Beast. Maze of Ith wouldn't be terrible. Blue-Red Land, not bad. Jite, also fine. Some decks, this card will just beat. Other decks, it's not very useful, but I think here the Swords is a fine pick. And what do we got? We have a bunch of Reanimate cards. And a Banishing Light, I guess. I'm not huge on Banishing Light, or those variants like Oblivion Ring. They're fine, but they're not amazing. What could be the highest upside here is like taking the Inkwell Leviathan, maybe, for like a Tinker target of sorts. I mean, I could just take the Iona for sure. Reanimator is always open, as I say, and she's a good one to have. I guess since this pack is whatever anyways, I don't mind taking the Iona and seeing what happens from here on out. And I mean, more Reanimate. There's a Bloodstained Mire here. There's an Impulse, but it's possible I should just be taking the Thoughtseize. I hate to do this, but I mean, if it's open, it's going to end up into turning into a good deck. So I don't think like Thoughtseize shouldn't be going this late. I think it's one of the better interactive cards in this format. Does kind of suck passing a black fetch, as all the fetch lands are very good. But I guess I'm only losing out on an Impulse here, and Thoughtseize has just way too much upside. Okay, not too much here for me. I mean, I guess I could take the Condemn if I wanted to stay in the blue-white control realm of things. I could also just take Repeal, which goes into any of my blue decks just fine. Don't think we want the Bone Shredder. Orb, it's not bad to take it early and hope to get like an Urza, and I already have one Signet, I suppose. I guess maybe, you know what, the Winter Orb has the highest upside of any pick here, so let's try that. Okay, Wasteland, Lotus Petal, Una's Prowler for the Reanimate discard. Now we're kind of moving into a different scenario here. If I take the Prowler, like that's just saying, okay, I want to be Reanimator. But I could take Wasteland or Petal for the other kind of busted starts. I'm not as high on Wasteland as I am Strip Mine, obvious reasons. I guess I'm going to go ahead and just take the Prowler and see what comes of it. As we get some irrelevant cards for the most part here. We'll go ahead and take the Black Land, see if that pans out. And yeah, and there's the Necromancy on the wheel. Could be taking Sun Titan for the blue-white deck. I mean, it's kind of just hard to pass these cards. We're going to take the Fire and Ice because we can run the Ice, no problem. Maze of Ith, potential sideboard. Okay, this had the Inkwell and what else in it? Something else, another Reanimate target, but we might still get one last pick. No, okay. But yeah, getting that late Thoughtseize told me that black was pretty open. And so now we can like maybe move into the world of blue-black, Reanimate, splashing a little bit of white. Swords is a worthy card for sure, and I already have like the Azorius Signet. Ooh, so this is going to be a kind of interesting pick here. I could just take the for sure good card, Animate Dead, but you don't really beat Underground Sea in this style of deck. Other good cards in the pack, Dak, very, very good. Not only a good way to get some creatures in the graveyard, but just to dig into your important cards. Plus, so many good artifacts to steal in the format. But it's got to be between the Sea and the Animate Dead here. I think the Sea is got to be better. The reason is this is just the start of Pack 2. I can still get other good Reanimate effects. There is a small chance of wheeling the Animate Dead. We did wheel the Necromancy. So, good mana kind of trumps everything here. Ooh, wow. Oh man, that channel is juicy. Can't take it here though. We have perfectly good choices. Inquisition of Kozilek, fantastic. Metamorph, Ponder, Ritual, Narset. All very, very good cards here. It's hard for me to believe that Dark Ritual would wheel, but it feels like in a combo deck, the Ponder is probably going to serve a little bit better just to find our important pieces. So I'm going to take the Ponder here. I don't expect to wheel any of these cards, although I would be thrilled to do so. Imperial Seal, Godless Shrine, Show and Tell. I don't mind Show and Tell as like a backup or a good sideboard option versus some creature-based decks, but I don't think you take it this early. I'm wondering if I want to take the Imperial Seal here. It's a bad tutor, but it is a tutor. I think that's probably fine. Passing the Shrine for some more white fixing, but it seems good to me. And this is a card I think it's very hard to pass in the Reanimate deck, the Entomb. I mean, there's a Tinker here, there's a Power Stone, there's a Toxic Deluge. 3 very good cards, and had I taken the Inkwell Leviathan, I think this would have some very good merit, but Entomb is just way too good. Okay, so we have only one Reanimate target right now. I don't really consider Niv Mizzet a good Reanimate target, but Iona is one of the better ones for sure. What we're looking for are, let's see, Grizzlebrand would be really good. It's just the problem is I passed so many good Reanimate targets in the first pack rather, that it's going to be hard to come by those ones, right? Terastodon's gone, Ashen Rider's gone, Inkwell's gone. I can still get like Woodfall Primus and stuff like that. Anyways, I'm not too concerned. This is still early in Pack 2 as we take a Creeping Tar Pit here over, say, Ancient Tomb. Yawgmoth's Will and a Balance. Huh. Now, Balance feels like another card that's pretty splashable here if I want to. I'm a little bit tempted to take the Yawgmoth's Will. In fact, is there a world where we could still not reanimate Storm? I've already passed the LED though, so that makes it a little bit more awkward. I think we're going to go ahead and take the balance here. Just too good not to potentially play. Wow, Vampiric Tutor now. That might replace Imperial Seal. We'll see how the deck ends up, but obviously Tutor just better than the Seal. Okay, I mean, there's the Tendrils. Could also splash the Geist of Saint Traft. It's not crazy. I'm not a huge fan of Memory Jar in Reanimator, just because you need to do that immediately, so you're not like it's just so awkward finding one piece but not the other with Memory Jar in this type of deck. I'll take the Tendrils. Maybe there's a world where we wheel the Yawgmoth's Will, and look at that. Animate Dead wheeling is kind of nuts. Any black deck can play this, right? It doesn't just target your graveyard like some of the Reanimate cards do. So, again, a good sign. And in fact, we did wheel both of the black cards, and that just tells you how open black is right now. I'm going to go for the Dark Ritual, which leads to more broken starts, but Inquisition is a safer card. It's just too good now that I have like Entomb and Animate Dead that I can go turn one combo you know? Show and Tell or Slinging. I suppose there's a world if I pick up like Recurring Nightmare, this could be a play. Again, I'm not huge on Show and Tell. Toxic on the wheel, again, fantastic. Okay. Sower, Bargain, or Heartless Act. I'm not huge on Sower of Temptation, but I think it's a better sideboard card than either of those cards. Again, Woe Strider for the potential Recurring Nightmare. So no Yawgmoth's Will on the wheel, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. And yeah, pack 3 here. Got some good ones. I think I just have to slam the Grave Titan, although Library of Alexandria is super, super powerful. Like if it's in your opening hand, it's pretty hard to lose those style of games. I could take a little bit of a risk here. I could take the library and try to wheel the Grave Titan. I mean, we've wheeled basically every other black card up to this point, so I don't think that's a huge risk. Or maybe I should say, I don't think that's too unlikely that would wheel this. And again, this is just maybe so much more powerful. Yeah, I'll take the library here. Other good cards, Thirst is good, Venser, Shores. But let's just try to take the powerful land. And we got past a Time Walk. I don't see myself passing this one. There is a Mana Vault in the pack. Time Walk's pretty good. This is not an uncommon occurrence to get past power. More likely you get past a card like this in pack 3 if the person's not even playing blue. What also could have happened is this pack had multiple broken cards. You know, it had a Mana Vault in it. It had a Time Walk. Maybe it had a Soul Ring that they took. But we can take this and then maybe wheel the Seagate Stormcaller. That would be pretty nice. Speaking of pretty nice, a Grim Monolith here perhaps. This deck doesn't really have the things to ramp into though. I wonder if it's better just to take the Night's Whisper or the Shark Typhoon in this scenario. Could also take the Orzhov Signet actually, now that I look about it, or think about it. Really good for both the balance and the swords that I'm already considering playing. So yeah, this might actually be a little bit better. It's weird. I almost never pass a Grim Monolith, but I think it might be correct. There's the Recurring Nightmare now. Okay. I think this is a bribery pick. Another card that I can just try to wheel is the Recurring Nightmare. And if we look at my deck right now, it's not the best shell for a Recurring Nightmare. I have that Sling Gang Lieutenant in the sideboard, but I think bribery is just going to win you more games in general. Another Tutor here is great. Love Mystical Tutor. Gets plenty of our good cards. We'll be taking that over Damnation. Still looking for like one more big reanimate target, and maybe Inferno Titan's the one. Wow, passing a Hymn to Turok kind of sucks. Passing an Exhume is not as bad. I have the Necro, the Animate Dead. Yeah, I think I probably need to take the Inferno Titan there. Okay. Yeah, a Phiomancer is fine with Recurring Nightmare if I'm to wheel that. It's also fine versus aggro decks. Not huge on it, but it plays a role. Okay. Factor Fiction, another pretty good one here. Yeah, I'm missing one big threat to reanimate, and it doesn't look like I can get one anymore. Okay, well, I lied, because as I said, black is super open, so I guess we're just taking the gravy train. Thirst, Conscripts, Opposition. Zealous Conscripts is insane if you can get it going with Recurring Nightmare, which at this rate I expect to wheel. There's the Seagate Stormcaller, plenty of good cards to copy with that, and another fine one with the Recurring Nightmare. I guess at this point we might not even need to splash the white since our deck is going to be good enough otherwise. I can probably cut the Fire and Ice now since I'm not going to be short on playables. And the question is, do we want to get the Slinging Lieutenant or the Sower of Temptation in if we wheel the Recurring Nightmare? Probably would be my guess, but we'll see what comes back around. Goblin Welder is a good one. Emery is interesting. I don't think it's good enough to play, though. Let's take that. Okay, some irrelevant cards. Oracle's another interesting one. This deck is not milling itself out, though, unfortunately. Looks like somebody took the Recurring Nightmare. Okay. Yeah, I guess maybe because I passed so many good reanimate targets in the first pack, somebody kind of might have... Oh, okay, I was going to say maybe somebody jumped into it, but... It just felt like black was so open. I mean, I don't know what's happening here. Remember, you're not guaranteed to open every card in the cube, so don't be too surprised that we didn't see Grizzlebrand, because it might not have been opened at all. In fact, I think if it was opened, we probably would have seen it. Does that mean I can cut these signets now? Probably. And maybe get something else in instead. They're kind of nice, but certainly not necessary. I kind of feel like maybe just running the ice is a little bit better here. Yeah, and then just going Tar Pit, Sea, Library, and lands. I don't think we need to run the maze. I like this as a sideboard option, but not in the main. Yeah. Let's add some lands and submit, I think. We get 14, so 7/7 looks fine. Okay, decent reanimate deck. Missing like one more good creature to reanimate, but seems like we got there on most fronts. Oh, I didn't actually want to run this Ophiomancer, but yeah, maybe it's... No, this Ophiomancer seems so weak. I actually wonder now, looking at it, if 17 lands is too many. I mean, I guess the library is kind of like a spell land. But this feels weird to me. Yeah, let's just try it. Let's try the Sower instead of the Ophiomancer and then run it like this. All right, and go to round one. Here we are for round one of this vintage cube with yet another Reanimator deck. I am on the draw here with a hand that is real slow. This is a risk for sure. I'm going to keep it on the power of Toxic and hope that the opponent is playing some kind of creature deck. But this might come back to bite me. Oh, well, Thoughtseize was a fantastic first draw step. Let's take a look at what they're doing in here. Signet Tinker. Okay, well, I think it's obviously got to be the Tinker here. Looks like they're on blue-green stuff. Bad news is I don't have much action going on, so they're going to get to develop out their board for a while. Okay, well, hey, you know, Why keep a good hand when you can just draw into a good hand? That's what I always say. And by always say, I meant saying now. Alright, looks like they're going to metamorph their Simic Signet here. That gives them free Elise next turn, potentially. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and tutor. I don't have a way to kill the free release yet, but I could get, like... I could get Force of Will here. I could also grab Ritual, which would let me cast Grave Titan in 2 turns. I don't think grabbing Time Walk is correct. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to grab Dark Ritual. I'm going to go land pass. I mean, they might not have a land for Freyalise next turn. Yeah, I'm okay grabbing Dark Ritual here. And saying go. Worst case scenario, I could always Dark Ritual into Foff. But again, if they don't have a 5th land, they can't free release anyways. Nice, they're just playing out the sword. Oh, that's fantastic for us. So then we get to go with the Gravy Train. No problem. And now them playing out free, at least this turn, if they find a land, looks so much less good. Yeah. All right, I mean, taking the Tinker might have won the game. Let's put it like that. It probably won the game. Okay, I mean, I don't have much of a board. We don't know what they're tinkering for. It could be like a Blightsteel Colossus, but if it's something like Inkwell Leviathan, then Maze of It doesn't do anything. In that scenario... Balanced is okay versus all of those named cards. You know what? It could also be something like, well, let's see, they're playing blue-green. I guess it wouldn't be Citadel. Could be Mindslaver. Could be like Battlesphere. In blue-green, all of the things that they can hit, I think balance is good against. Yeah, I'm wondering if I make this swap. Take out Fire and Ice, bring in Balance, Tundra for an island. Signets just replace 1 land, basically. Blue and black and white, so there's no overlap there, but it looks like I need... 1, 2, 3, 4. I need black earlier, so we can cut a blue, and then I just need to cut 1 more card. I guess the Seagate Stormcaller, maybe not necessary. Alright, let's try it like this. Bringing in 2 Signets and cutting a land is completely reasonable. You can kind of count Signets as land. And, ooh, this hand is fantastic. Alright. So turn, let's see. Oh, I don't have Reanimate proper. So I cannot turn 2 Reanimate something. Because they have a turn 1 Raphellos. Okay. Well, that's kind of nuts. Oh, this'll work. I can turn 1 Entomb, Vampiric Tutor for Dark Ritual, Necromancy. Wait, they're attacking with Raphellos? What on earth? Well, now I'm kind of tempted to get... like Inferno Titan. And just, yeah, let's grab Inferno Titan here. Oh, no, I didn't mean to draw for turn. Oh, shoot. I meant to do this on upkeep. Well, that's very awkward. Well, I guess I can ponder into it, potentially. The ritual. Okay, well. Sometimes you get lucky. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. Well, what was going to happen here is I was going to Inferno Titan the Raphellos, ping them for 2. Next turn, Phantasmal Image the Inferno Titan. Like, all right. Easy? Let's go to round 2. And here we are for round 2 of this vintage cube draft. Apparently, I am this person's arch nemesis. We're going to go ahead and keep this hand. Got some ways to dig for cards and do things and the stuff and the whatnot. As they go turn 1 Thoughtseize. There goes one of my cards. I would highly doubt they take Grave Titan here, unless what could happen is if they have a reanimate spell of their own, they could take the Grave Titan and then reanimate it on their turn, but looks like they're just going to take the Ponder. Makes sense. And I guess I'm going to lead with Island so I can Mystical Tutor. Drawing another land there was not ideal. Turn 2, they have a Demonic Tutor now. Okay. You know what? I might actually just grab like Thoughtseize here. And take a peek at their hand. Yeah, I think that's got to be the play. Strange. I mean, again, I wish I hadn't drawn Swamp immediately turn 1, but... Aha! They are also on the Reanimate plan, and I think we just got to take the Reanimate proper. Now I'm really surprised that they didn't take the Grave Titan from my hand. If they had the Reanimate already in theirs. It should be a fun little matchup. What do I get? Not really too much of a sideboard. But now if I ever draw a Reanimate effect, I can steal their Ashen Rider too. So it's going to be a race to who can find their important cards first. And they found a Foff. Oh my lord. I would say they found relevant cards before I did here. So they have a Toxic Deluge in their hand still. Currently these two are uncastable. Kind of like splitting up the Reanimate effects and their other spells. And it looks like they took the other spells. All right. Well, hopefully I can draw a Reanimate effect here for their Ashen Rider. That's super awkward. They took the Ashiok, so I can't Imperial Seal. That's really bad. Also, they have Jace, so if they did draw an island, they'd be able to Fate Seal me. Yikes. Yeah, my seal did nothing. They have to uptick here is the thing, otherwise I can just attack it. So yeah, looks like they're going to Fate Seal, put Jace to 5. They like what they saw. Must be a land or something. That is very strange. That, okay, maybe they don't realize I can take from their graveyard. I'm a little bit confused, but I accept. Yeah, oops. I mean, now if they just Toxic, we get to blow up their secondary blue source here. I think I do that. Okay, I mean, let's go. Toxic down. Now we can start animating the Tar Pit too. They need something special here. That's not. This is just for information, I'm guessing. Look at the top 3 and then concede. I think I'm going to go all face and ask them the question, do you have a way to deal with this? All right. Wow. Okay, slight misstep there from the opponent, bailed us out. I think swords is a worthy consideration. Balance, maybe. Yeah, it's nice that 2 of our effects can hit their graveyard. The Necromancy and the Animate Dead can steal from the opponent's graveyard. Actually, we have a lot of good sideboard, or a lot of good cards for the mirror, for sure. Phantasmal Image is great in the mirror. Sower's great. Force, Bribery, all great cards here. make similar swaps, I think. Let's bring in the 2 white signets that also overlap with one of our main colors. Let's bring in the swords. And I think I might also want the balance. I think the toxic can be cut out of the main. And maybe again the Seagate Storm color, not super necessary here. Try it like that. Go to a nice little game 2. And yeah, it's kind of sad, but I think it's a keeper. If they have one of their ways to disrupt my hand again, so be it. All right. I can take any of those 3. I'm guessing the Vamp Tutor goes away. And now they have a little bit of known information. Oof, Entomb would have been real good earlier. So I can't fire off the Entomb because they have reanimate effects. Not until I draw something to reanimate. Okay, that's not a bad draw. They have a reanimate, they have a Jace, they have a commit to memory. I guess I'm gonna just take the Jace and hope that they don't find like an Entomb. Okay, well, we found the Entomb first. Perfect. Or we found our reanimate spell first. So let's go for the Entomb. I could go Iona Blue here. Could also just get... No, if they Grave Titan... Yeah, Iona Blue has to be the right play. And then hopefully we find another blue card. Oh, they drew the Entomb now! Oh no. Very unlucky they ripped it off the top. Okay. Fair enough. Good beats. Yep, that was going to be like the one way they could beat that. Alright, I mean, you take what you can get. And if they commit this, I get to blow up their island too, which is really funny. Dude, what is this game? What is happening? Okay. Well, there's my balance. What a weird game, dude. Alright, who's going to top deck better again? Oh, it might have been me. As I can grab... Oh, wait. So, none of the creatures are in the graveyard anymore. In fact, I think I want to just grab the either Foff or Grave Titan here. I think I'm going to go with the Grave Titan and hope that they don't make me discard my Dark Ritual. Okay, Chrome Mox. Makeshift Mannequin. They have 4 black. Solemn. That's not that bad. Alright, now we go Ritual, Titan, and hope that they can't deal with it. Preordain's fine. Plains, okay. 1 card in hand. Perfect. That's all we were looking for this turn was an island or a blue source, so I can hold up Foff, or not Foff, Force of Will here. Because now they're going to have to cast multiple spells that have an impact. Fractured Identity, I'm going to say no to that. And bada boom, bada bing, a quick 2-0. Let's see if we can once again get a nice little trophy with Reanimator. Okay, third and final round of this Vintage Cube. We are on the draw with a pretty nice hand. Turn 1 Entomb, turn 2 Animate Dead. Hopefully we're playing against some random creature deck. Turn 1 Arid Mesa. Ooh, we drew the Force of Will. Fantastic. All right. A lot more likely that we are going to get our game plan rolling. Ah, now hold up. Possibilities arise as the opponent now has gone Island with the Mesa. So instead of the Iona, I think I might want to actually grab Grave Titan here, just as a more resilient threat. Okay, well, that's also a nice draw. Little backup Reanimate effect. In fact, if they counter my Animate Dead, because I drew Necromancy, there is a possibility where I just let whatever resolve and then I'm waiting for the Necromancy. But look to be in a good spot here. Okay, I'm going to pop their fetch. Magic is so weird. Pop their fetch. You say that to a random person, they're like, excuse me? What does that even mean, sir? Council's Judgment. I am going to counter this one because it exiles. If this had just been a kill spell, again, I might not have bothered. All right. Hey. We'll take it. I mean, I've definitely been drawing well. Let's just put that out there. Yeah. Versus them, I think the Sower can probably be cut, and we just bring in the Woe Strider. This gives us a way to sacrifice in case they try to exile something. I will still leave in the Bribery. Bribery is really useful for information purposes, and it's a little bit more resilient than Sower is, of course. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to make too many swaps. Let's go to game 2. Okay, here we are for game 2 of the third and final round. On the draw again with a really awkward hand. Both of these tutors put the card on top, so not really card advantage, but when I'm looking for particular cards, I guess it's not the worst case scenario. Opponent with the turn 1. Sure, some fast manas. Okay. Pretty good. I mean, I can go and grab just like Entomb or something. I almost want to grab Thoughtseize though, especially if they don't do anything this turn. Yeah, that makes Thoughtseize a little bit worse in my opinion. Yeah, it's possible now that I should just go... well, if this was the case, I should have actually led with Imperial Seal. You know what? I might actually be Mystical Tutoring for Ponder. That seems even better, honestly. We'll see, though. We'll see what I end up deciding on, and yeah, I think it's just going to be Ponder here. So I'm going to start off with Ponder, I think. Take a look and decide if we want any of these cards. Yeah, the Prowler seems fine. So does the... Get the Prowler, play Seal, go get a Reanimate effect. That Inferno Titan's not super useful, though. Could also wait. Don't have to fire off immediately if I don't want to. It's just the Fact or Fiction that I'm interested in here. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these. Okay. All right. Well, was thinking about tutoring for that, but guess we'll just find it anyways. And yeah, we get to take a Council's Judgment. Not terrible. Disenchant means that our Necromancy is much worse. Hopefully they don't find a way to shuffle, though. or have like a 4-mana Planeswalker. Uh-oh, they did have something on top that they knew about. What do we got? Hellrider? Now, wait a minute, what? I was not expecting that one. Okay, that, I guess, is a clock. Huh. Let's fire off the seal. Oh man, none of this is actually very good versus that. I guess I'm going to go for the Seagate Stormcaller and just take 2 turns and hope that I find something within 2 turns. This will be pretty funny if I just die to a Singleton Hellrider, though, which... looking like might really be a thing. They replay their top. They have the Arid Mesa with it, which is kind of nice for them. Oh, sounds like my neighbor just started mowing their lawn. I don't think you can hear it, but if you can, I apologize. Wait, what did we even see game 1? I don't even remember now. I thought they had blue sources. Yeah, okay, they were also playing some amount of blue. Alright. Anyway. Stormcaller, Time Walk. And now we want to draw a card draw effect immediately. We get 2 chances, 2 draw steps at finding something. If not, at least we still survive. Ooh, that's a good one to draw. Alright, what do you got in your deck? This gives them a free shuffle, but man, is it too good not to just cast here. Show me the goodies. What they could do is try to look at their top 3, find their best creature, and draw it before I can bribery it. But if this is the case, then good news is they lose their top. Okay. They're going to draw a card. All right, so that card's gone, whatever it is. Nice. Aha. And now it becomes clear at what they're doing. They are Jeskai Twin. So remember, I get another turn after this one, which means if I Hellrider right now, if I Phantasmal Image their Hellrider, I hit them for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I could put them down to 5. That doesn't work. Zealous Conscripts, steal the Hellrider, is 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 5. So that would put them to 3. I guess I just grabbed their Inferno Titan. What else do they have in their deck? Fractured Identity, Mox Ruby, Twin. All right, they have Twin and Kiki and a bunch of targets. All right. I don't think there was a way I could kill them here in 2 turns. Hopefully I'm not wrong. Hopefully I didn't do my math wrong. Oh my god. Well, that has to be like the perfect draw step now. Yeah, like I said, my draws this entire tournament have been insane. So they have a Disenchant in their hand, 1 unknown card, and the top. Recruiter of the Guard. Yeah, and now we just counter this since we know. Because if we let this resolve, they can get Tithe Taker, and then I can't kill them. And since they have Disenchant and Top in their hand, yeah. GG's. All right. Another nice little 3-0. Feels good. Take a look at the deck one more time. Like I said, I didn't think we got there necessarily on the Reanimate targets, but it did feel like black was super open during the draft. And we got rewarded with some late pick Reanimate cards. And hey, sometimes it's good enough. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this look at the Vintage Cube. Don't forget to check out all of my other content here on the Card Kingdom YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.